Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to talk about how the difference in strike on the face of your driver could massively be affecting the type of shots that you're hitting, with how the ball launches, how the ball spins, how far you carry the ball, how far it rolls out, and accuracy. So everybody's looking to hit driver as far as they can and as straight as they can, and one key element that's often overlooked is strike. So I'm going to hit 5 real balls, trying to find slightly different strike locations on the face, and we're going to see just how big a difference strike can make with your driver. Okay guys, so 5 real balls. We're going to look at slightly different strike locations on the club face with driver, and we're going to see just what a difference in how the ball launches and flies, so influencing your launch characteristics, but also the difference that it makes with carry and total distances. So obviously most of us are trying to hit the ball flush out the middle of the club face, but the modern drivers, they are better when they're struck slightly above centre and even slightly towards the toe. But I'm going to hit some various places on the face. We're going to look at how the ball flies on the performance software, show you the strike characteristics, so hopefully when you look at the strike, because it'll leave a little mark on the club face, you can understand sometimes why the golf ball has done what it's done. So first shot, I'm going to tee it up. So I've got my TaylorMade M1 8.5 stiff shaft, orange tee, which encourages me hitting up on the ball, but I'm still looking to strike that ball slightly above centre on the club face. So felt high and toey. So 235 carry, 274. So as we move in, we can see high and toe. So club head speed nearly 109. Ball speed just under 153, but only 235 carry, 274 total, because only 1400 backspin isn't enough for me to keep the ball in the air. So that first one will be my usual miss, little high, little toey, and with M1 particularly being such a low spinning driver, probably punishes me a little bit more than I need. But let's go shot number 2 and try and strike a different part of the face. So felt a very different strike. It's gone a lot straighter. Still got out nearly 280, carried 251. Now if we look, my club head speed was still around 108. My ball speed dropped down to 150. My backspin jumped from 1400 to nearly 2,500. Carry actually went up from 234 to 250, and total was around the same. When we look at the strike though, really low off the club face, still quite centered but very low, and we can see there kind of the ball much more backspin like we'd expect to see, and the launch angle went from 14 to 10.5. So we can see there guys the difference in the two strikes. The launch angle changed by 4 degrees, the backspin was 1,000 more, and actually the low one, because it spun more, stayed in the air a little bit longer, didn't roll out quite as much, lengthwise finished about the same, but actually for me the low heely one actually kind of stayed on line a little bit more. So shot number 3. So again, a little bit toey it felt. You can see really chases out though with those toey ones. So again, club speed nearly 110, nearly 157 ball speed, launching at 13, but again 1100 spin, only 243 carry. Again, high toe, like I said, that's my miss. We look there, less than 1200 backspin, so again, not enough backspin for me keeping the ball in the air. Therefore that carry at only 243, but chasing out nearly 300. Right then guys, so after those first three, anywhere in the middle of those will be where I need to be hitting it in the club face. So again, we're going to go shot number 4. So a little bit of a push, felt a better strike, and we can see that in the carry. Nearly 290 carry, 317. And as we move across, we can see still only 109 mile an hour club head speed, but my quickest ball speed at nearly 158. Launching at 14.5 degrees, spinning at 1700, so if I was being ultra picky, maybe a little low, but carrying 287, rolling out 317. So a much more centered strike, still very, very fractionally toey, which will have dragged that spin down a little bit, but launched the ball up in the air better. And we can see there, like I said, just under 158 ball speed, but a massive difference in carry at 287 and 317. Right, so one final one, talking about how strike plays such an important role in driving, particularly with the modern drivers. Big block. So again, over 250 carry, but way offline, bad swing. But still, club head speed was there, ball speed dropped off a little bit. Backspin was very, very high at over 3,000. 255 carry, 273. So it was very much towards the toe, but very low on the face. Not good the way I delivered the club itself. But we can see there, nearly 3,200 spin. So the real change, just in few millimeters in strike in the face, has been massively different from shot to shot. So we can see from that angle, you know, very different in where the ball ends up going. My delivery is a little bit different, granted, shot to shot, but the strike massively affecting shape of shot. And when we look, club head speed has always been kind of 108, 109. Ball speed has ranged from 150 to 158. Launch angles ranged from just over 10.5 to under 15. Backspin has gone from 1400, just under 1200 to nearly 3,200, so huge amounts of change. The height of the shots has ranged from 17 yards peak height to 43, and carry has ranged from 234 all the way to 287, with totals from 273 to 317. Right then, so we can see there, you know, even though I'm not going to be able to deliver the club exactly the same each time, and there was a slight difference in club face being a little open or a little closed there, but the club head speed was very, very consistent. But by moving the strike around the club face, we saw hugely different results in launch angle, backspin, and therefore in carry distance, total distance, but also accuracy. So a lot of the time, guys, it can be something simple as working on making sure you get the correct contact point with the club face to maximize your drives. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will have been custom fitted, and in the fitting will have hit some fantastic shots. But when you get out on the golf course, you maybe feel the driver hasn't performed quite as well, and unfortunately that will just be down to you striking slightly different points on that club face. Now obviously not all of you are going to have kind of GC2 with HMT or quad to use, but you can always pop a little bit of face tape when you're down at the range and see where your strike pattern is, see if it's something that you need to try and change either with setup or doing something different during your golf swing. As ever guys, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like and comment below. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Please follow me on all the social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. stay in contact.